Coming up on Good Morning Texas.
Painting with a purpose.
The High Divers.
And we ask UT students what they think about Toys R Us closing down.
All this and more coming up on Good Morning Texas.
Good morning, Texas. It's Wednesday, March 28th. I'm Caitlin Vu.
I'm Rolando Hernandez.
And I'm Daniela Villegas. Thanks for joining us on GMTX this morning. So, Caitlin and Rolando, how are y'all doing today?
Doing pretty great.
Doing good, a little tired. So. It's been a really busy week for all of us, I know that.
A very, very rainy day today, so I don't know how I feel about that. But we all had a really busy weekend, right? Getting film and footage. And speaking of footage I created, I went out this weekend to see the Deafblind Camp of Texas. They held a fundraising event this past weekend at Painting with a Twist. They called it Painting with a Purpose. We went to find out what that purpose was.
This past weekend, the Deafblind Camp of Texas hosted a fundraising event at Painting with a Twist in North Austin. Painting with a Twist is an art studio that provides step-by-step instruction classes for paintings of the day and allows participants to bring in their favorite drinks. The Deafblind Camp of Texas is a donation-based summer camp that provides a safe space for deaf and blind campers. Proceeds from their fundraising events go towards covering camp fees.
We wanted to provide an opportunity for deaf-blind interaction and socialization, but at the same time having fun and able to meet other people who are deaf and blind and provide some empowerment, some advocacy. But at the same time having fun, that was the main requirement. So about 2 years ago, we set up a pilot program, and it was just amazing. We got so much positive feedback, so we grew it to a week long, and now we're in our 3rd year. We're continuing to grow, and we just hope that we can just grow from here and take over the world.
Around 20 people came to this event to show their support.
I believe in supporting all deafblind individuals and those who are trying to fundraise and to generally give some sort of event to recognize the deafblind community. I always support things like that. It's not recognized as much as other things are recognized, so to me, I really wanted to support and provide that recognition.
Half of the proceeds from this event will go to the Deafblind Camp of Texas.
For Good Morning Texas, I'm Caitlin Vu.
So Caitlin, how was your experience?
It was really awesome. I loved going out there, being able to talk to them, finding out about the mission, and just what the camp was all about. So it was really, really fun.
Yeah, it sounded like a great story. And speaking of like stories and busy weekends, Daniela, didn't you go to 6 this weekend?
I did. It was a really fun weekend, and I hope y'all really love what I got for y'all.
6th Street is the street you never want to miss if you're in Austin. It is a street that gives part of the city its life. We take a look at a band who stopped in to perform during this year's Red Gorilla Festival, a festival that takes place in the vibrant venues and bars on 6th. I present to y'all, the High Divers.
Hey everybody, we're the High Divers. We're from Charleston, South Carolina. We started out over a long period of time, Luke and Kevin playing together first, and then Julius and I joined in the mix, and we became the High Divers when we moved to Charleston about 3 years ago.
As Austin is a stop for their tour of their new album Chicora, they tell us how it's going and what special meaning their new album has.
Can't really keep up with all the press, like a lot of articles and everything.
A lot of exciting stuff.
Yeah, people are liking it. It's been really good responses so far. We got in a really crazy car wreck, so this record means a lot because we survived to put it out, and that's pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah.
Along came with them a special guest who witnesses their excitement before their performance, not just in the capital of Texas, but also the capital of live music. Music means everything to the High Divers, and of course, like all bands and artists who work to put their names out there, they all have one goal.
Immediate, glorious fame.
Yeah.
8 Grammys. Yeah.
Probably hopefully meet some cool people, you know. There's all kinds of industry people floating around and other cool bands.
So Daniela, how was it?
It was really fun. These people are really enthusiastic. They were really great about me talking to them. They really play some really good music, so I hope they're doing good and everything else they have.
Yes. So I mean, like, real talk, you have to tell me, are you like a real fan?
Yes. They got my fan. I'm their fan. And on a different note, I have some sad news. Recently, the beloved Toys R Us has announced its plan to close over 730 of its locations as liquidation and closing sales begin. People of all ages from 7 to even 70 have to come to terms with their once favorite childhood store closing for good. Our Rolando Hernandez went out to the streets to find out what UT students have to say about it.
Yeah, I used to love going to Toys R Us. It was always like a treat when I was a kid and got to go pick out a toy or something, so it's pretty sad.
I think that growing up, Toys R Us was really just a fun part, like whenever we would go on outings, like as a family.
Well, I kind of wanted to take my kids, like, hey, we can go get toys on the weekend or like whatever, but I think it's just sad that like now kids are just downloading apps and they don't really get to like that physical thing.
There's like no need for toys anymore if you can do everything on your phone.
So guys, even for real, how sad are y'all about this?
I'm so traumatized right now.
Devastated. I remember going to Toys R Us all the time as a kid.
Yeah, it used to be my favorite place. Like it would be like a special like event going to Toys R Us.
Yeah, like real talk, I bought so many board games at Toys R Us, and I was an only child, so like I ended up just playing them by myself.
What?
Let's be honest, but it was great. Like
Okay, don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back with Rolly with the day's top stories. We're back with Rolly in our News and Weather Center. What's the latest in the news, Rolly?
Years after a mummy skeleton that's been believed to be an alien has finally been identified, the skeleton nicknamed Ada was discovered in Chile's Atacama Desert in 2003 and confused many because of its unusual skull and deep socketed eyes. No wonder so many people thought this strange, otherworldly figure was an alien, which sparked the intrigue of many scientists. And after intense chromosome analysis, it has been discovered that Ada was a girl aged 6 or 7 years old of Chilean descent who suffered from a rare bone degeneration leading to faster aging bones and her peculiar skeletal appearance. In Texas news, it's official the spring longhorns, so you know what that means. Not only do you have to cram for midterms and stock up on allergy meds, but the bluebonnets are back in bloom. So I'm here to give you some of the tips for the perfect selfie spot. So a great place to get the perfect spring photo would be at the Ennis Bluebonnet Trails in downtown Ennis near Dallas. According to Dallas Morning News photographer Vernon Bryant, you should frame the subject with the bluebonnets. No need to see unwanted objects like cars in the shot. Here's a fun tidbit. Everyone knows the Texas law that prevents you from picking the bluebonnets, right? Wrong, because there is no law. It is a common misconception that picking the Texas flower is illegal. So feel free to make your flower crowns, Longhorns. Lastly, in UT news, Longhorns are coming together to have Melissa McCarthy make an appearance at the 40 Acres in her new comedy, Life of the Party. McCarthy is a divorced mom who goes back to college at the same time as her daughter. Since the film takes place at a college campus, UT could be the spot for the movie premiere, and here's how. Because the film does not have a premiere location, they are looking for a school to host by having students vote for their campus. UT is currently on the top 25 list alongside Ohio State and Texas A&M. You can place your vote at lifeofthepartypremiere.com.
Thank you, Rolly. Isn't it crazy that we can't pick bluebonnets? Or we can pick bluebonnets.
I know,
because
we've been lied our whole lives.
I know, because growing up, I wanted to pick one, and my friend was like, no, you're gonna go to jail. So I was like, oh, that's crazy.
All right, so Rolly, how is the weather looking?
Well, they sure don't call them spring showers for nothing, and you will definitely be experiencing it this morning. Put on those rain jackets on the haul into your horns, Longhorns, because honey, we have a big storm coming. But I have great news after the storm brings the humidity down. We will have a sunny weather in the 70s just in time for Easter. Into the late morning and early afternoon, today it will be mostly rainy and cloudy with a high near 75 and 90% chance of rain. But later tonight, as the sun goes down, the lows will drop as low as 57 degrees, except the sun to shine tomorrow though, with a high of 81 and mostly sunny skies. Temperatures will dip down into the low 50s tomorrow night though, with a low of 53 on Friday. The sun will be out with a refreshing high of 76 degrees and a low of 57 Friday night. Expect warmer temperatures on Saturday and Sunday in the highs in the 80s and lows in the 60s. The sun will be out with a few clouds this weekend. perfect for whatever your Easter plans may be. So as if we end March and begin to welcome spring, we will let spring showers own up to its name until the sun rolls back around and brings in warmer Texas weather. So get out and enjoy the sun, Longhorns, or stay inside and stuff your face with Easter dinner. Either way, let's hope for some sun. From the Weather Center, I'm Rolando Hernandez.
Thanks, Rolly. So, Kaylin, I hope this Easter weekend the sun is out and we can pick up our blue bonnets too.
Yeah,
so I hope it's not
really
raining.
Exciting. And don't go anywhere. We have an inside look at March for Our Lives and some Easter crafts coming your way.
Stay tuned for more Good Morning Texas.
We're here with Selena Eshraghi. Selena is not only a student here at UT, but she also was one of the lead organizers for March for Our Lives in Austin that took place this past Saturday. So there was an estimated 20,000 people that showed up to this event. Tell me, how do you feel about that turnout?
I mean, first of all, it's definitely not what we expected. We were saying like, oh, maybe about 10,000 people, like based on our Facebook numbers. So when 20,000 people came out, like we were so overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And it's definitely like, there was a lot of work that like goes into it, of course, and there were a lot of sleepless nights, especially leading up like a couple days before. And I think for all of us, just standing like on the steps of the Capitol and seeing that many people that we knew were standing with us was like so emotional. This definite like catharsis of like all the energy that I've put into this up to this point, like it's for a reason, and I have all these people who will fight for this with me.
Awesome. And what inspired you to get involved in this movement?
So I've always kind of been a social activist, working for nonprofits and stuff like that. But unfortunately, like last semester on October 26th, I had a really close friend of mine who took her life using a gun, and she was only 17. And so suddenly I had an issue that was like forcibly super personal to me. And because of that, I knew that I had to do something. Like it felt so odd to me that it was okay in our society for someone who had dealt with a lot of mental illness to also be able to get possession of a gun.
Yeah.
Either, that meant someone wasn't a responsible gun owner, or she somehow finessed it or something. But I knew that I wasn't going to sit idly by it and let that just be a story that we don't learn from as a society. And of course, when Parkland happened, there was a real movement that was going, and so I made sure that I was taking a part of that.
And what was it like organizing such a big movement? Like while being a UT student?
It's
that's hard
not
work.
easy.
Yeah.
And there are definitely moments where I had to pick like, oh, am I going to go to this event and speak to press, or am I going to go to class? Or am I going to get to study more for this test, or am I going to make sure that we have logistics down for staging? But it's been nice because I'm not, like I said, I wasn't alone in this journey. I had a lot of other amazing organizers with me. And we all really shared this, okay, we're all struggling here, but I'll take care of you when you need to make sure that you're passing this test, and then I'll take care of that if you're really busy tonight. So it's been both really hard. My GPA, I'm sure, is not, took a slight hit.
We all feel that here.
but at the same time, I've learned that like people will be there for you if you're all, working together, especially on something this big. So.
Awesome. And what was the biggest goal of the march?
I think mostly to motivate people to not only speak up about issues that they care about, but also making sure that people are educated on how they can do that outside of just marching. Because one of the parts of my speech was our march doesn't end today, it's just started. There's a long fight from here on out, and just marching is not enough for us to get exactly what we want. It has a lot to do with, making sure that you go out and vote, making sure you sign petitions, making sure you join local grassroots organizations or work with local organizations who are also looking to get more sensible gun control.
Awesome. And do you plan to keep working on this cause in the future?
Yeah, we're already trying to plan a town hall for April 7th. David Hogg put out a tweet where he was basically like, we're all going to do a town hall on April 7th, and we were all like, 2 weeks from now.
All right.
Okay, sounds good. So we're currently trying to nail down details for that.
Awesome. And tell me how it was to see that Matthew McConaughey was being one of the guest speakers.
Yeah, so about 2 days before the event, his publicist reached out to us, and like I was like, who is this random lady? Like, she has an email that says something like LAX, so like she's not from. So I like did some Googling and a lot of stalking, and was like, this is definitely Matthew McConaughey's publicist. So it was really cool to like to meet him and for him to know my name. And
I would have been starstruck.
I was shook. And like there's a photo that me and 3 other organizers took with him, and I looked terrible, and it keeps getting posted everywhere on social media and entertainment news, and I was like, this is not my finest moment, but it's okay. I really hope
it happens, you know? At least you got a picture with him.
Yeah, exactly. But it's cool because like he definitely really cares about making sure this is an open conversation, regardless of your political leanings. Because at the end of the day, we all want to see a safer world for our children, while also making sure that all of our rights are maintained. And I think that's something that people lose, and oftentimes when they see stuff online, they go straight into like this argumentative mode. Or like even people who marched with me, I've seen comments be like, so, you know, how do you think these things would have like affected Maryland? But like you would see all these like, you know, typos or something, and someone would quickly comment back and be like, illiterate troll, blah blah blah. Like I mean, that's not progressive in any way. You're not helping us in any way when you argue with other people. It's actually great for us to be able to have these open conversations, and if someone's wondering like, why does our platform, you know, what is it going to do in terms of mass shootings, it's important for us to be able to answer them in a very civil way. And Matthew McConaughey definitely is looking to create that sort of environment moving forward, and he's also not one of those celebrities that just pops up and is like, I'm going to speak and bounce. Like, he's been talking to us since then about what we can do moving forward.
That's really great. Amazing, and thank you so much for coming out, and stay tuned for some fantastic crafts coming your way on Good Morning Texas.
We're back with Kelly Cook from the Crafted Circle at UT. She's going to show us how to make some adorable Easter pom-pom animals. Okay, Kelly, you can take it.
Okay, so for this craft, you're going to need a lot of yarn. You're going to need some cardboard. You're going to need scissors, pipe cleaners, and ideally googly eyes, but I don't have googly eyes, so I just made them out of pipe cleaner. Some hot glue, and if you want some ribbon, I added some ribbon to this bunny. So you're going to cut out the cardboard in the shape of like a C here, with like an inch around, and it like about an inch cut out like that. And then we're going to take our yarn, here you're going to do it. Okay. We're going to take our yarn, and we're just going to start wrapping it around the edge of the C. Just like,
so can we like this, or?
Here, I guess I should show you. So, like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There we go. And this is how you can make any kind of pom-pom. It's actually surprisingly easy. It just kind of takes a while, and it takes a lot of yarn. So this is actually going to take about 45 minutes.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Well, I prepared one for you.
I did this.
Yeah, you did this backstage. It's fine.
I'll keep working on this.
No, it's fine. I can skip it. You'll just keep going like that until it's about an inch thick, like this. So that
a lot of yarn.
Yeah, it's a lot of yarn. This is the entire spool of yarn. And by the way, I got all of these materials at the UT Art Co-op, so that's pretty cool. They only have these really thick pipe cleaners though, so that's not super helpful. So the thicker it is, the more dense the pom-pom is going to be, and ideally you want it to be as dense as possible, but like an inch is like the minimum. So then we're going to take our scissors. Oh, I should note, I forgot. You're actually going to make 2 of these C's, and you're going to have them together so that when you wrap it around, you're going to have these 2 C's together, and you're going to be able to slice through them.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is going to be really wild. Okay.
Some pretty big scissors too, yeah.
Yeah, some powerful scissors. And it's going to be kind of messy, to say the least. Kind of starting to see how the pom-pom's coming out, yeah.
And you were making the bunny, correct?
Oh, we're actually making a chick.
The chick?
Yeah, we're making a chick, but we're gonna make it the same way we made the bunny. I don't really like the way the chick came out. It's a little Mario Goomba looking. And then we're gonna take another piece of yarn, and we're going to wrap it in between the two cardboard pieces.
Lost me kind of there. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So there's the two cardboard pieces
Yeah,
here,
alright.
and then you put the yarn in between it and put it all the way around, so that you're basically wrapping it around the pom-pom. And then you have your two pieces here, and you're just going to tie as tight a knot as you physically can.
Oh, down here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, double knot it too. Tight, 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 tight,
tight as possible.
Tight as physically possible. Yeah, almost break the yarn.
I'm gonna do another one just to be
Yeah,
safe.
yeah, double
Just
knot
in
it.
case.
There we go.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
That's great. And then we can cut off
The
these
excess,
pieces.
yeah.
Yep. And then just slide it out of the C part. It's a little tricky. It can get kind of stuck. Ah, perfect.
Oh my gosh, this
What?
is so cute.
Yeah. And then we have our pom-pom and just fluff it up a little bit.
That's amazing.
Yep.
I
and
wasn't
then-
expecting that at all.
Yes, it's
No.
great. It's soft,
That's
right?
crazy.
So now we're gonna take our hot glue gun
Okay.
and just put a ton right there.
A ton?
A ton. Like 4 squeezes. Just like keep squeezing. Perfect.
Okay, cool.
And then we're just gonna pop that right on top. Bloop. And that's the head of our chick. Oop. Let's get that.
Yeah,
put it
let
on.
it cool down, yeah.
Yeah. And then we're gonna take our pipe cleaners and make the beak and the eyes. So if you could glom some on there. Perfect. Put them where you want the eyes to be. You want to do the second one?
Sure.
Oh no.
Ooh, yeah, it's a little
Yeah.
pipe cleaner is a tricky
It's messy.
material. Perfect. And then we want our beak.
This right here? No.
Yes, but you do this one. Oh,
Oh god,
keep
that's
trying.
all the glue. Oh no.
There we go. Take it. No, take, you can do the
Oh, okay, the beak? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh god, my depth perception. That sounds right.
Yeah,
Okay.
there we go. Just like really push it in there so it glues to the base of the animal. And then if we want, we can add some little pieces. So, some like on the
Right
top
here,
right
yeah.
there. More than that. There we go. One.
Oh, that is so cute.
Glue it to my fingers a little bit.
Okay.
Perfect. And that's pretty much it. If you wanted to add a ribbon to it, you can. And
Let's add
let's
a
do
cute
it.
ribbon on it. All right.
Yeah,
Just a little
Yeah,
cute one
just a
around the
little- yeah,
neck.
something real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put a little cute there.
There
Right
we go.
there.
Perfect.
It's our GMTX
Amazing.
chick. All right, so thank you so much for coming out,
Thank you for
Callie.
having
Yeah,
me.
and thank you for tuning in on, for coming out this morning and tuning in. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Good Morning TX. I'm Rolando Hernandez. Have a wonderful day.